Hey everybody, it's Dr. Kim Duramo, founder of the American Institute of Mind-Body Medicine. I wanted to share this video because there's so much with this time of the year where it's like cold and flu season, or oh, this is going around, or I caught this virus, or I've got to get the flu shot and protect myself, or all of the above, where we go into this battle, like we've got to battle, fight the illness. And what happens a lot of times when your body gets sick is there's a reboot. I just talked to a friend this morning, and her husband took a major life change, left the career he was in, sold his business, and he's like, oh, I have all this space and time, and like, what am I going to do with myself? He has some plans of, what he's passionate about and creating a new business, but right now he has all this downtime, and he's like, I think I'm bored, but it's creating a lot of space for him to just like, his system to just tune out and recalibrate. So what happens when we do this is your wisdom in your system knows. If you're like, we gotta go, 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 we don't have time to stop, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, da, da, da. It's like, okay, there's some housekeeping we gotta do, but we're not gonna do it now. We're gonna gear up and keep going and keep going, keep going. And that can be decades where this recalibration that wants to happen to come to a new baseline of wellness and ease and fulfillment and peace and whatever, doesn't have the space to happen. And then all of a sudden, like you have a vacation or you take a day off, or like this person who recreated his life and like left his work and has all this space, your body can do this recalibration and it can work it out physically. Like, you get sick. Like he got sick last week. She's like, he got super, super sick. He never gets sick, but all of a sudden his system just shut down. And so what happens, and this is so common, is like your system will take that opportunity, like, oh, we've got 10 minutes of downtime right now. Let's do this. And it can go through this whole reboot that looks like an illness, or like, what's wrong with me? Or why is this happening? And like, you can actually keep that from completing when you resist it, when you make it be a problem, or what's wrong, or I gotta treat these symptoms and keep going because that's what I gotta do is keep going. And people will say like, oh, just give in, surrender, take a nap, take a day, take a week, take whatever you need to sort of like feed your system through this recalibration instead of resisting it, instead of trying to make it get it complete on your timeline, on your agenda, because your body's wisdom knows exactly what you need. I used to have this experience all the time. We would take this annual trip up to Mount Washington Hotel in New Hampshire, this beautiful, peaceful, serene resort. And I'd be in my like busy, busy life, blah, 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 blah. And like we'd go up to this beautiful place in the mountains. And it was serene, and it was relaxing, and it was just so peaceful. And every year I would get sick, just like really sick, terrible sore throat, like being in bed. And it's like, really, again? Why do I get sick as soon as I stop? And it was because I was doing my life on overdrive. So like the whole year would be like, go, 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 go. And finally my body could recoup and rebalance and establish like that, all that housekeeping, get it all taken care of. And it would kind of have to take me out of the game and take me out of the equation. And so getting sick for an acute illness, it is not a wrongness. It's actually what's right about this that I'm not getting. It's letting me have this reboot. And what could that allow me to receive that now from this new foundation, because your immune system's going to rebalance, your nervous system's going to rebalance, your cardiovascular system, your digestive system, everything reboots and rebalances in this kind of a acute illness. What will this allow me to experience as a result? So I would invite you to ask that if your system feels like it's slowing down or going through this recalibration. I had someone ask today, and I just want to, where is it? She said, well, how do I stay present with my symptoms and not resist when my symptoms are trying to take me down? And this was from someone named Alice. It was a great question. How do I just stay with it when my symptoms are trying to take me down? And it was like, wait a minute, why do I have to add that component? these are my symptoms, this is my experience. But if I add this layer of my symptoms are trying to take me down, then it's like, I gotta retaliate, I gotta fight, I gotta combat, I gotta work against this. And I'm working against myself. So drop that layer of this idea that your body is against you or it's trying to take you down. That just comes from the ego. We have this idea, I gotta go, 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 I got this agenda, I have to do these things. But our wisdom knows better. It's like, yeah, you don't have to do any of that. That's not even required. But sometimes the mind will really hold on, like, no, I can't just stop because everything will fall apart. And sometimes that's exactly the best thing that can happen. So I shared with her, just this idea that your symptoms want to pull you down is putting you in a place where you have to fight. And if you can let that go, it's just, here's my experience. What can I do to feed and nurture, like what's right about this? To feed and nurture what my system is doing, what my wisdom is doing, even though maybe isn't comfortable, so that I move through this fluidly. And then the body can rebalance. So that is my invitation for you this season. If you're sick or tired or coming down with an illness or feel like, wow, I can't get my agenda. I have this thing I want to do and life is working against me. To go with the flow in your body and allow what is ready to happen to happen. This is the end of the year too, so there's a lot of completions that are ready to happen for you, and it's time maybe to let that occur. So I'm Dr. Kim Duramo at drkimd.com. Certainly subscribe if this is something that's interesting to you and you'd like more in mind-body medicine, and share this with the people that you love. And I look forward to hearing from you, hearing your comments, and continuing to share with you. See you soon. Have a great day.